Liquor Talk, brand new episode starts now. Welcome everybody to another edition of Liquor Talk. I'm your man V Jones, and this is the Thanksgiving edition of Liquor Talk. So I just want to wish everybody out there a happy Thanksgiving and carve to have some good turkey, watch the football, enjoy your family. And listen, ladies and gentlemen, we are welcoming back a returning guest. You first heard this beautiful lady holding it down out of Chi-Town on episode 98 of Liquor Talk. Man, god damn, it's been a long time. God damn.
You way past that episode.
Way past that episode. God damn. It's Cubana Kiss, the host of the Whew Chile Chronicles podcast. Cubana, how have you been? It's been such a long time.
What's up? How are you? What's up, y'all?
It's great. Cubana was one of the first guests that came on the Liquor Talk when we went on the guest boom, you know what I'm saying, where I was just like, well, we just went crazy having guests out of everywhere. So,
and Chicago was the best guest. I don't care what nobody say. Like, it just is what it is.
Has it started snowing yet?
It's fake snowing. Like, we getting that snow where it snow early in the morning, and then by 9 o'clock it's gone. So it snowed just in time for rush hour, which is why I think that the government is controlling the weather. But that's just neither here nor there.
So. Yeah, it's damn sure good because I'm like, it's starting to get cold right when I'm starting to work my night job. I'm like, ain't this some shit? Like,
so tragic.
Yes, so damn tragic. We've been doing good with being a warm ass winter. I'm like, I went to Philadelphia a few weeks ago and it wasn't even cold.
I was gonna say, if you would have came last week to Chicago, it was 70 degrees. We had 70-degree weather. We were outside. It was a great situation. But now it's not. Now it's like 30 degrees and it's cold.
Listen, I know it's only 50 degrees down here, but I'm like, God damn, it's 30 degrees already? God damn.
I go for the 50 in late November. I'll take it every time.
I definitely feel you. On that. So what's been going on with you since the last time we spoke? And that was in the middle of the pandemic.
In the middle of the panorama, in the middle of the Patricia. A lot has happened with me. The podcast has been doing great. The Whew Chile Chronicles podcast. We also did a guest boom. We kind of started off with guests, but people really wanted more trending topics and less business stuff. They like having people on. They like the personalities. They like those things. So that's the transition that we kind of went into. Actually, since being on your podcast, I was able to meet other podcasters that I had no idea were out there. So shout out to the Black podcasters. That's been dope. TikTok been booming. So, I'm just out here living life, small details, just little shit. That's all.
I feel you. I'm still trying to get on that TikTok boom, but my boy told me, yes, I'm on it, but it's like I'm not about to be posting 3 and 4 and 5 times out the day,
Oh, I don't do that. I got like a life. I can't just be posting on TikTok all day. It just takes so much.
It does. I'll be watching some TikToks like, how the hell do y'all find time to find all this shit out? Do y'all have a daytime job? Like,
do y'all have a daytime job? I really want to know that question. But a lot of TikTokers, that is their daytime job to like post. They get paid to post. I'm not quite there yet where TikTok is like, hey, we want to give you a check. But that's really probably because I don't post all day every day. I just can't do it. I watch all day every day though. The videos would definitely be videoing, and I love it.
Yes, they do. You're right. They damn sure do. It's like me and my sister will sit there trading TikToks all day
long.
She find one funny and then she'll send to me and I'll counter with another one. And we just, so I get it. I can sit there and watch the TikToks all day, but be posting and stuff. And I'm like, how do I even find time to find all this conspiracy and shit,
Yeah, definitely feel you on that one.
Yeah. But you know what time of the year it is. It is Thanksgiving, It's like the time of the year where we got to come together. Everybody come to somebody's house cooking and stuff. And you ready for Thanksgiving? How you feeling about Thanksgiving?
Oh, chat. Okay, so listen here. Thanksgiving, over the last, right before the pandemic, so 3 or 4 years, Thanksgiving has been in my house. So I have graduated from like hand me the potato to like cooking the whole meal, which is cool or whatever. I'm actually ready. I got my turkey. I make a jerk turkey every year, so that's like our tradition. So I got the jerk sauce and all that kind of great stuff, and I'm just ready to. This year though, I am not spending Thanksgiving with my family. I don't know who I'm gonna piss off, but I'm so happy about that. So I get to spend Thanksgiving with my best friend and her husband. And so I'm excited about just kind of like having a chill Thanksgiving. Just my fiance and my son and my best friend and her husband. And I'm so excited about that. But what about you? What's going on Thanksgiving?
Shit, I'm actually going to be working on Thanksgiving. I'm like, I'm on because I couldn't get it off. I was like, fuck it, it is what it is. Luckily, I'm not at the damn job, the retail job. So I say more proud to all you retail workers.
That
These
part.
retail companies ain't shit. Like
They ain't
it's not.
shit. They skip over Thanksgiving every year.
Yes,
And it's
they
like
do.
earlier. Like, damn, y'all not even closed on Thanksgiving now. So like this is insane.
It's someone saying they open up the stores at 6 o'clock. These people can't enjoy time with their families and
Talk
stuff.
about it.
I'm
Talk
like,
about it.
are you serious? Who the hell wants to go shopping at 6 o'clock or go have to
On
wait in line
Thanks
for the parking?
on Thanksgiving morning though. Let's talk about the fact that I remember working my retail days and I am so happy that I was able to kind of just like maneuver my way out that space because it was at one point when I was like, oh yeah, I can work on Thanksgiving. It's not no problem. I also wasn't cooking and I wasn't doing all of that stuff then. So I was like, cool, I can work on Thanksgiving. Not a problem. But I feel like, it go from like, oh yeah, we're just gonna open from 12 to, 5 or something small. I'm like, okay,
Mhm.
cool, that's cool. I go meet my family. Then it was like, yeah, we need you to come in like Thanksgiving night at 6 o'clock. Like we just ate, we just finished cooking. Like I don't
Yeah.
understand what's happening here. So like definitely feel bad for those people. I don't shop on Thanksgiving. I'm one of the people that just like protest and refuse to. Because I just
Mhm.
think it's so dumb. And
It,
Black Friday is starting so much earlier. It's like, do you really even need us here? Do you need those people there on Thanksgiving? No, you don't need
why
them there.
not just wait for Black Friday like everybody
Like
else?
everybody else.
But no,
You
these damn stores want to get the jump. 5 a.m. jumps, 3 a.m. this. I'm like, I don't miss them retail
The
days.
United States of America is the only place I know that literally go from I'm so thankful for my family and the things that I have to trampling each other over a 55-inch TV in Walmart the next day. Like, are you thankful or not? Like, what's happening?
Yes, yes.
What's going
How the
on?
hell? How the hell we go about talking about Thanksgiving? We stuffing our faces to now everybody hitting that dead sprint. I'm like, damn, what you running into
Everybody,
40? God damn.
everybody. You be like, what's happening? Like, these same TVs gonna be on a better sale for Super Bowl weekend. Let me put y'all on game. Old retail hack. If you're looking for a TV, do not buy the TV on Black Friday weekend. Wait till Super Bowl. The TVs are cheaper. I'm trying to tell y'all. Don't say I never tell y'all nothing.
Ooh. Ooh, that's a good fact. I didn't even think about that because I was just about to tell them try to get it after Christmas because nobody ain't gonna be in the
Yeah.
stores.
But that's why
So
if you do it around if it that technically after that whole Christmas surge and all of that other stuff and they already didn't make sales for the year, go buy your TV. I used to work at Circuit City. Go buy your TV around that Super Bowl. When they get ready for the Super Bowl, that's when them TVs on sale. The good
mhm.
ones, not the same TV you keep buying every Black Friday because your kid keep knocking it over. Like the real good TVs be on sale.
Yes, yes, for the real good TVs. Rest in peace to Circuit City, But rest in peace to them. Rest in peace to Radio Shack.
Because I told all my age saying I used to work at Circuit City because it's a generation that's listening is like, what's Circuit City? Like, what is
Hell yeah,
that?
they don't even know what the hell Circuit City is. I'm like, what's funny is I drive sometimes when I'm in my hometown, I drive past the old Circuit City. I'm like, damn, those were the goddamn days, man.
Our old Circuit City is I don't know if y'all have Benny's Depot, but it's a liquor spot now. It's a
Damn,
Benny's
it's a
Depot.
liquor spot now.
Mhm.
I think,
It's
or
like
I
a
think they turned, I think they turned ours into a Target. I think, damn,
hey, I'll take that though. Over at Circuit City, I'll take a Target any day.
hell
They could put
yeah.
a Target in my backyard if they want to. It's fine.
Yes, especially when I heard that Target they be price matching. It's like say if you see something online, I'm like, what? You can price match?
Target price matches. Target price matches. And if you go in Target with your price match after you purchase something, you can return it and they will resell it to you for whatever the price match was. So if it go on sale somewhere else and you're like, oh, I just bought this, they will return it and give you the deal on the price match. I just giving all the little retail sales deals away. They gonna come looking for me.
Hey, I mean, you got protection. I mean, you got the fiance and the son to protect you, so
Yeah,
you
baby, because
good.
my son, my fiance gonna step, but my son, baby, bad. He what? Don't even you can't even raise your voice at me. He gonna go crazy. So
So you got protection. You got hitters right there, so you could drop all the gems you want. You know what I'm
don't play with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with
saying?
it.
But yes, it is that time of the year, So, what's something that you know for a fact ain't gonna make it on your Thanksgiving plate, even though you're cooking Thanksgiving? What's a Thanksgiving food that you don't never eat?
um, I don't cook no chitlins in my house. So
Hello.
I ain't never putting that on my plate. But one thing that everybody was like, don't forget it. Don't forget to get it. Don't forget. We need that for Thanksgiving. Cranberry sauce. I hate it. I don't understand why anybody want anything jellied on their dress. I don't understand the whole purpose of it. I hate the taste of it, the texture. I don't want it.
Yeah, I can do without the stuffing sometimes. And some people's collard greens. One thing I've learned is you can't eat everybody's
Mm.
collard greens.
This is facts. I had some greens a couple months ago at a birthday party that was very, very spicy. And I have not a problem with spicy food, but as I've gotten older, I get a heartburn. So even though like my mouth can handle it, my
Mhm.
chest is like, bitch, you're old. Put that back. So it's like it don't work. So I can't eat right collard greens either because after I had them spicy ass greens, I'm like, they was good, but I was up for like 2 nights straight. Like my chest was on fire.
What?
Yeah, them greens was spicy.
Damn, did somebody from Louisiana make the damn greens?
They from St. Louis.
Oh, damn.
They was from St. Louis, so that mid South, that mid South situation, but
hmm
too much for me.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not gonna eat the stuff, and like I said, I'm not gonna eat certain things because y'all don't make. Some people don't make it with love. It's like,
You supposed to cook every dinner with love. I cook all the time. So anybody who follows me on Instagram or anywhere, I cook almost every night except for tonight. I was having a rough night. I called babe like I can't cook tonight. I'm not cooking tonight. I can't do it. But for the most part, I cook every night.
mhm.
You supposed to make every meal with love. But Thanksgiving, baby, if I don't feel like you cried when you was standing there cooking that food, listening to begging Kenny, Lenny, I don't want it. I
Yes,
don't want it.
yes,
So that's how I
yes.
feel.
Listen, and if I know you made it the day of and it still don't look cooked, I'm like, you might need to throw this back in the oven. This look a little raw. You trying to kill somebody?
One of my friends had sent me this post on Facebook. This girl told me something. I'm not using my 2 off days to cook Thanksgiving dinner. This old raggedy bitch was cooking this week. Tell me something. She gonna eat this until next Thursday. Ma'am, go to hell. I don't want that. And I know to never go to your house to eat. Because what? Like, I don't even eat regular leftovers like more than like a day or two. You talking about something you
Ooh.
cooked your Thanksgiving dinner now and you finna eat it until Thanksgiving? I don't want that. You good.
Oh hell no, you tripping.
Tripping like a mug. I'm like, oh no, ma'am. Immediately, no. It's not gonna
No,
work.
it is not gonna work. You gotta make that thing at least like 2 days before
You
Thanksgiving.
hear
But
me? I do all my baking the day before Thanksgiving. So sweet potato pies, pound cakes, apple pies, all of that gets done the day before Thanksgiving. The 2 days before Thanksgiving, I'm prepping the turkey because I make a jerk turkey. So, excuse me, I'm marinating that turkey, getting the butter all in there, making sure it's seasoned and not dry. Because the one thing I can't stand is a dry turkey, baby. That's
yes,
what pissed me
yes.
off. Because I'm like, what did you do? How did you make it dry? But
Yes, and I be looking at them like, how you fry this damn turkey and the bitch come out dry? What the fuck?
how you fry a turkey and they come out dry? Let's talk about it. Because I will never understand. I just don't get it.
I don't get that either. Like,
Mm-mm.
I've
And
had some good fried turkey, and I've had some turkey that was just trash. I'm like,
you be like,
what
what's
the
going on? That's probably why they got cranberry sauce. Because that should be dry.
Yeah, that's probably either the cranberry sauce or they put some damn gravy with it.
Gravy. I ain't never had no gravy. If somebody put gravy on my turkey, I'm gonna be so like offended because it's a jerk turkey. So if you put gravy on it, that means it's dry. Like what's going on? Immediately no. But
No.
I also cook like so I'm not that old school cook because I don't believe in like my feet and back gotta hurt after I didn't slaved over me. I just think that's crazy.
That
That's
is
why I got crack pots and stuff. So like I do make like I make my collard greens with smoked turkey necks. So I do the smoked turkey necks overnight, the night before Thanksgiving. I put them in the crock pot and just let them cook, slow cook all night the day before Thanksgiving. Then I wake up about 5 o'clock in the morning on Thanksgiving. I just throw them greens that I've already like pre-washed and all of that kind of stuff. Just throw them greens over in there. And now that's cooking. So it's like you ain't really got y'all ain't gotta make y'all life hard. I don't know who granny
yes,
told
we
y'all
don't.
had
We
to,
don't.
but y'all don't.
Listen, we gotta take advantage of the tools
You
that our
hear me?
parents didn't have. Our parents, some of our parents didn't have the damn crock pots.
They
Shit,
didn't.
use that damn crock pot.
Use that crock pot. My mama was confused as hell when she came over here and I had made some fried shrimp in the air fryer. I'm like, girl, I'm not about to be standing over there flipping those shrimp and putting all that grease in that doggone cast iron skillet.
Yes.
I'm putting it in the air fryer today.
Hell yeah, I'll be using my air fryer too after that shit. Let me throw this chicken up in the air fryer. Come out right. Hell yeah.
Facts. Facts.
Yes, yes. So, in regards to dealing with people, like, at
Mm.
what point is it okay to bring a significant other or close friends to the Thanksgiving dinner? Never or
So it's so funny because I've been with my fiance for 5 years. Damn, it's been 5 years. So we've been together for 5 years, and I think the first Thanksgiving that he actually came to was the one that I cooked for, which I think we were like 2 years in. But my family not real big on like a big Thanksgiving, so I'm always able to get away with like not bringing somebody. But I did have a cousin like for a minute, like I felt like every Thanksgiving, Shorty was bringing a different nigga, and I'm like,
damn,
ma'am,
really?
it felt like that. It might not have been like that, but that's what it felt like. It felt like, girl, that's not the same dude that was here last Thanksgiving. Who is this? Like, what's happening? And then I feel like with your family, I don't know about everybody else's family, but my family don't let nothing live down. Okay, like you gonna wish you just never brought nobody. But then if you don't bring anybody for too long, they, what's going on with you? You ain't got no, you ain't
Hmm.
got no man. You gay? You be like, damn, I gotta be gay because I ain't bring nobody. Like, I could
Yes,
just not have
yes,
nobody to bring.
yes,
Like,
yes. This is what I had to deal with. My family, like, is he gay? Is he all right? I'm like, God damn. Just because I hadn't met nobody, y'all just assumed the worst.
that part. Like I could just like be cool by myself, or I don't feel like that person is ready to meet y'all yet, like of
Hmm.
caliber to meet y'all. Like y'all know there's other things that could be going on than like me being gay. But like, okay, cool. If that's what y'all
Yeah.
fucking feel.
Yeah, I'm like, y'all can feel like that, but you see what I hate about some family members, they be trying to get up all in your tea, but then when you clap back at them, they want to make you the bad guy. I'm like,
I
seriously?
am known as the bad guy. And if you can tell by my personality, I don't care. I'm gonna say what I want to say.
Yes.
So if you really want this, tread lightly. My mom, my sister, they will let people know like, Cubana is a little off the hinges and she don't care what she say. So like that's usually what end up happening.
I don't blame you, you know what I'm saying? It's like you just get to that point of, you know what? I'm gonna speak my mind, but I know they
I'm
ask, I'm gonna hear about it. I'm gonna hear about it. And
I
you know
don't
what?
care about hearing about it. Like I'm be 100. Like I'm 33. What you thought you was going? I'm not 12. I'm not 13. Like you're not gonna just say whatever you feel you can say to me and don't think that that this mouth ain't slick, baby. Just like your mouth slick, my mouth slick. So you sure you want to do this? I don't think you
Mm-hmm.
want to do this because I'm gonna hurt your feelings and I'm gonna still eat and keep going by my day like ain't nothing happened. So you gonna be
Yes.
mad, pissy in a corner, probably trying to tell on me to grandma, who gonna tell you that you should have left me alone anyway because I wasn't bothering you. So it's just like
Mm-hmm.
pick your battles, and I'm gonna tell you what
Yes, you
battle
definitely
don't
gotta
pick.
pick. Yes, you gotta
Hmm.
pick your battles. And also, I learned with some cousins, cousins can't hold water for shit. I tell them something, or if I say something on social media, they blab it to the family like, "Bitch, why don't that was not for
Why
you
would the
to
fuck
tell everybody. You spilling all the damn tea."
all the tea? But that's why you gotta have your favorite cousin. See, I got like three favorite cousins. But my favorite cousin, she ain't saying shit to nobody. Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all could come to her and be like, "Ah, we saw Cubana hanging from the pole in Miami." Da da da. She'd be like, "I don't know what y'all talking about." She could have been right there recording it. I don't know what y'all talking about. Cubana wasn't there. She wasn't even there. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know what she's saying. So you gotta know when. I just took all my family off. You can't even be on my social media. Y'all talk too much. So get the fuck up out here. Like it is
What?
what it is.
Yes. Yes, and you know what? And I knew this, and not a lot of my family members know about Liquor Talk, and we had 200 something episodes because I remember when I was in college shooting YouTube videos, the main hate came from y'all asses. I come home for Thanksgiving. They're like, "Why are you always going off? Why are you always been going off about this? Why are you complaining about that? Like, where the girl
Yep.
go? Like, can you
You be
motherfuckers
like, y'all
just
asking
support?"
the wrong question. So did y'all listen though? I'm glad y'all listened though, because I needed the downloads, but that's it. I don't need
Yeah.
the comments.
I don't need y'all
Yeah.
2 cents or nothing like that. I don't need y'all chiming in and all.
Yeah, you got to remind you, and the fact that you have to remind this. I don't know if this is about other people, families of color, but black families, you really have to remind them that you grown. Like
You really do.
I'm grown. Like y'all know I'm grown. Let me remind y'all how grown I am. Let me spill some family tea real quick. Like you be having to go
Uh-huh.
in real quick just so they know not to fuck with you later on.
Yeah, and you know what? And then you already know they're gonna be hurting some feelings. And what's
Baby.
worse is when you have elders in the family that they don't give a fuck. I'm like, I know you up there in age, but goddamn, don't take my respect for you. You know what I'm saying, the wrong way. You know, I'm trying to respect the
Mm-hmm.
fact you're an elder and not really drop the tea that I know about you. You know.
Oh, you nice.
Oh,
I'm
you
my
don't give.
granny child. I'm my granny child. And everybody always laugh at me. They be like, "Ooh, child, she just like her grandma." This mouth, whatever you dish, you better be able to take it. Cause I'm
Mhm.
pushing it back. I don't care about your age. Cause that I feel like what the thing in black families is they're like, "Oh, that's your elder. You're supposed to respect your elder." But my elder
Mhm.
don't have to respect me. So at what age do I get the respect? Because like I feel like I ain't did nothing to be disrespected. So
Exactly, you're right. And you know
like what
what?
the hell?
Yes, and a lot of elders are going to be pissed with our generation because I need to tell our generation, open your fucking mouth. You ain't got to take that
You
disrespect
ain't
from
gotta
them.
take that
Like,
shit.
you don't have to take that disrespect from them. Like, I remember one of my
Mm-mm.
uncles told me before he passed away, he said, you don't have to take that from your aunt. If she start going off on you, ask to leave. Just leave and just let it be. Don't even take that from them.
Mm-hmm. Oh, maybe I get up and leave. I'm the cousin that they be surprised showed up. You know, you got that one family like, "Ooh, everybody came. Even Cubana was there." Like that be me. They be like, "Ooh, she came and she actually stayed for a while. She ate, she played with the kids, and then that be like the last time they seen me for like 3 years." No.
Man, what? Shit, it's been going on 6 years for me. Like since last time I've been to a family Thanksgiving. Now, the last couple years I hung out. You know, last year I hung out with a homie and his family and all. What's crazy is I ended up falling out with that homie. I'm like, damn, you know.
Damn. After spending
Sometimes
Thanksgiving with
people
her.
show who they really are, but you know, and the year before that I hung out with my sister and her family. They were cool, so you know. But
Mm-hmm.
so
Yeah,
yeah,
be great.
I've been to go. So I bet if I showed up to a Thanksgiving, they'd be shocked.
They be saying, "Oh my God." And V came and it was a great time and he stayed for a little bit. It was so good to see everybody. And that you're
Yes.
gonna be considered everybody because everybody came once that one person come.
Once that one person come, and then my mom actually told, and then my mom told me that the family's thinking about going on a cruise to Cabo for Thanksgiving. I'm like, what? Oh, y'all
I
talk
would
about
show up
going?
just for that. Is it all
I show
inclusive?
up too, and my mom was like, "Oh, it's big enough to where you don't have to be bothered with the family." I'm like, okay, I show up,
Yeah.
say hi, bye. What? I have something doing that
Chuck the
damn boat.
deuces. Excuse me, bring me another cocktail immediately. What do you mean? If it's all inclusive, count me and I'll be there. Hey Granny, what's up,
Hell,
Uncle Timmy? What's up, this person, that person? I chuck the deuces. Y'all saw me and I'm gone. I'm outside
uh
in these
huh.
streets.
All what? Let it be all inclusive. I'll be up in my suite. Hey, y'all need to holler at me. Hey,
That's
shit, you
it.
know.
Facts. That's facts.
Yes, 2023 is going down. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Liquor Talk. If you don't know, now you know. Remember, the more you drink, the better we sound. So what kind of special drinks you making for the family?
I'm not making the drinks. When I make the drinks, people, yeah, it tastes like juice. People forget it's liquor in there. And so I
Uh-huh.
am not in charge of drinks this year. Like I said, I'm spending Thanksgiving with my best friend. She is in
Mm-hmm.
charge of the boozy punch. I have no idea what's gonna be in it. She's a tequila girl, so I'm gonna assume we're gonna have some
Ooh,
tequila. I'm a bourbon girl, so if I makes the drinks, it's gonna be a situation. Go ahead and
yes,
cop your seat, turn the game on because it's over with for you until that turkey kicks in. Take your
yes,
little nap to go
yes.
ahead and sleep that up off of you.
You gonna age and pulled up some of that juice, man.
Hmm.
You gonna be knocked the fuck out watching the Cowboys play, man.
Immediately,
Y'all
immediately.
ain't gonna be no family conversation. Y'all gonna somebody gonna be or somebody might be drunk spilling all the damn tea. You never know.
And that's the person I want to sit next to. And I'll be like, what else happened, girl? And when that happened, so tell me what's
Shit,
going
I
on.
be like that too. What y'all don't know? I'm like, shit. Tell me more. What's what? Tell me more. Yeah,
tell me, tell me more with your cup. And what
hmm
else happened?
yeah. You need a refill? I got
Right.
you.
Because I'm gonna
Yeah.
pour it up because I want to know all the tea, honey. Every
Yes,
single bit
I
of
want
it.
to know all the tea to help me understand why this elder is like that.
That
Help
part.
me understand that.
And why is it on Thanksgiving that's when all the family drama like hits the fan? Like, what
What?
you mean that's not my daddy? Like, what? Like you didn't know? Like everybody else was just hiding this. It'd be like, you'd be like,
What?
God damn, where's the popcorn? Because you just be sitting there like, ooh, child. You know.
Hell yeah! Like whenever they be telling stories, I'm just sitting there like, God damn.
No,
My one
facts,
cousin
that's
be,
definitely be me.
yeah, I'd be like, my cousin be like, you didn't know all this, did you? I'm like, shut the fuck up. I'm just sitting here catching all the damn
And
tea,
the older you get, the more tea they spill. That's why I'm like, so you can be disrespectful to me, but I'm old enough to get the tea, but not old enough to be respected. You're gonna have to pick which one it is. Because I don't want the
Exactly.
tea and the disrespect. You can keep that.
Yeah, if the tea comes with you disrespecting me not clap back at you, I'm like,
That
and
part.
and exactly what's funny about me, I'm probably gonna be whenever I show up, I'm gonna be the oldest man there because all the elder men have passed away and shit. I'm like,
No, goddamn.
goddamn, now I'm the oldest man. Ain't this
Yeah,
some shit?
goddamn. You just put that shit in perspective for your ass, didn't it?
And what's funny is I turn 32 next month, the first week of next month. I'm like, God damn,
Oh,
ain't
you a
this some shit?
sag.
Yes, I'm a sag.
My mama a sag.
I remember you
Yeah.
being a Taurus. I remember.
Yeah, my mama said y'all some interesting people. I'm
Listen,
surrounded by Sages though, but that's cool though.
yeah, that's what's up. At least you know that we cool, and all. It's
Y'all
like
can be cool. Y'all also can be the spawn of Satan. So it's just like what's
that's
going
right. So that
on?
can be a sign. Don't fuck with us. You know what I'm saying? Oh no, that means don't really fuck with us. You know what
Hey,
I'm
it
saying?
is what it is.
So I know we hit in minute 28 and we finally gonna talk about your last podcast. Make it last forever, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
what did you learn about divorce on this episode?
Whoo, child. So let me tell you a little bit of backstory, like how that episode came about. Actually, so I had got on Facebook, and there was a bunch of people. Actually, what happened was everybody and their mama's getting divorced in Hollywood, right? And
Yeah,
you got like Tia Mari and Corey Hardig, and then you had like Cynthia Bailey and whatever dude name is Mike, Cynthia
yeah,
Bailey,
Mike
Bailey and
Cahill.
Mike, and then you had like some other like everybody was just like announcing divorce, 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 and I'm like, what in the fuck? How do you like have 14 years of marriage? Not a
14?
Tia and Corey were married for 14 years, but they had been together for like 19. And so I was like, how do you be married for so long or have a relationship with someone for so long and then it just ends, right? And so I had kind of put out like a bolo on Facebook, like, yo, anybody been through divorce after being in a long marriage? Because I ain't want nobody to like, oh, I was married for 2 years and I got divorced. Like, okay, girl, like, okay, but I want people who like kind of experience that. Like, I was married for a long time and I got divorced, or people who had been going through some rough times with their spouse at the time. So that's kind of how I got to that this episode. Now, what I learned was
Mm-hmm.
marriage is work.
Yes,
And
it
a
is.
lot of people like the fantasized version of the wedding. And not understanding that once the wedding is over, once the party is over, once everyone goes home and it's just you and your spouse, do you like that person enough to deal with all the bullshit that can potentially come with them? And not like bullshit like, oh, they cheated, but just bullshit about life, finances, being tired, not being able to understand each other, having lapse in communication. And so, like, I kind of learned that from the two young ladies who were on Ebony and Lacey. Both were definitely speaking like truth. Like, I didn't wake up every day loving my spouse, but I just loved them enough to try the next day. And then with Lacey, she had been married for like 12 years or something like that, and then decided to just call it quits. And what she said is that once you get tired of just arguing and fighting over the same argument, and you don't see anything change, then it's time to go ahead and just walk away. And that it's not always a failure just because you got divorced, right? It doesn't mean you failed. You succeeded in whatever the mission was. It's just time to go on to a new mission. And I
Mm-hmm.
really appreciated that thought process, because it's like a lot of people feel like, damn, I failed in my marriage. Because that's like one of the things I'm scared of. Like, I'm scared that my marriage won't make it to death do us part. And not because I feel like we're not strong enough. It just seems like, divorce rate is high, and it's just easier to walk away than it is to work on things. And that's one of my biggest fears, is that I will fail at my marriage. So to hear someone be like, it's not a failure, it just means that it's time for a new mission. I was like, oh, I like that. Like, that definitely puts it in a different perspective.
Yeah, that definitely puts it in a different perspective. And it's like I hear people, so many people give so many different crazy excuses of why I just felt. Just say the shit didn't work out and move on, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
Yeah,
and also to all my people out there who are considering getting married, besides Cubana, like, or about to get married, don't let divorce scare you. Like, just
that
because it
part.
happened to them doesn't mean it
It's
doesn't happen
an
to you. Because you have people that grow old together. They out there.
facts. Like my grandparents, God bless them, they are still here as we speak. But they've been here. My wedding date is their wedding date. My wedding date is their anniversary.
That's what's
And
up.
it meant a lot to me to have that wedding date, because one thing my grandmother called and told me, she pretty much said the same exact thing. Like, I didn't love your granddad every single day. I just loved him enough to keep trying the next day and the next day and the next day and the next day after that. And I think that what people truly need to understand is that um being married is a blessing. Finding someone who you feel like, I want to spend the rest of my life with that one person. I want to wake up every day with that one person. Like, that's something special. And I think that's something that's getting lost in our generation,
Yeah, it
because
definitely
a lot
is.
of people, and yeah, I just think it's getting lost in our generation. A lot of people are okay with not being married and still having a spouse, which is okay. But for me and for mine, baby, we got to get married, because I need my name going all on paperwork. And people just don't understand that anymore. And so,
Hmm.
seeing my grandparents have that longevity, love each other, she's still making his plate, he's still making her plate, he's still cooking, he's still concerned. Like, to see those things as I grew up from them definitely put marriage in a light for me that I don't think that a lot of people get to visualize, because my mom was married twice, and I didn't see what I felt like was the best loving experience in that household. But because I was able to see it in a different household, it definitely made me understand like what I wanted and what I felt like I needed to kind of like to feel love and to want to explore marriage with someone.
Man, listen, if I can totally relate to you, because it's like only I'm not engaged right now, but mom, I watched my mom go through two marriages. It's like, and I
Mm-hmm.
saw everything I didn't want. Like the first marriage, I think everybody was rooting for that marriage to fail, but you know what I'm saying?
Damn.
I'm sorry, mom. You know what I'm saying? I hope my mom hears that, but my mom married a complete bum. But the second marriage, I was actually pulling for the guy, like, because he seemed like a good dude
Mm-hmm.
until mama spilled all of the tea that you didn't know what was going on until one day she just sends you a picture of the divorce papers and tell you not to tell nobody. I'm like, divorce?
What do you mean divorce? You'd be like, what's happening?
It is because, but then when my mom told me everything that was going on, I'm like, I didn't know men were capable of doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know that there were
But
men
shout
out here really doing this dumb shit.
But shout out to your mom for not exposing him in that manner when they were going through that, right? Because that's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of the other problem too. Is like, I'm telling everybody and their mama whatever ear is gonna listen to me
Mm-hmm.
complain about my spouse or complain about my marriage or complain about whatever's going on. Then I'm gonna shout it from the rooftop. And then I've decided to forgive that person, but my family hasn't.
Yeah,
Right.
and
And so now I got to deal with
mhm,
my family not liking this person. So now I got to deal with me
mhm.
always defending this person, even though I done dogged them out.
Yes,
So like,
which is why you always watch who you vent to about your relationships because family members and certain friends are like banks. They hold on to shit. And they're
facts,
not, this ain't the checking account. This is the savings account. They're going to
facts.
hold on to it. So you definitely got to be weary of that. And
Mm-hmm.
also, I was kind of naive to it as well because I'm like, okay, this ain't your first husband. So I'm like, and he seems like a good dude. He's always welcome, always happy to see me, him, can chop it up and all. But when she spilled that tea to me about what he was doing, I looked at him like, nigga, is you serious?
Is you serious? You be like,
Is, is you
wait.
fucking serious? Like,
And that's how I felt with my mom. The last guy she was with, they weren't married. They didn't get married or do anything, but he did propose, and they were engaged for a long time. And when they started going through what they was going through, I definitely was looking at him like, this can't be the same nigga that came to me and asked for my mom's like hand in marriage. This just cannot be the same guy. Like, what the hell is going on?
yeah, and I said that myself too. Like, this cannot be the same guy. Like, coming to
Mm-hmm.
me like, yo, I think you'd be a great son, and my sons really like you and stuff, and they rave about your mom. And I'm like, this ain't the same guy that was sitting here telling me his side of the story, and like, because some men they won't even tell you that side of the story. Now he telling his
That's
side
it.
of the story, like, this is what was going on. So,
Mm-hmm.
and not me actually listening to him and like, okay, factoring in his side because normally I'm gonna side with mama, but for the one time I'm actually gonna just hear what he got to say. But
Right. I'm gonna hear you out. I'm gonna give you the floor to speak. That's still my mama though. But I'm gonna give you the floor to speak. Like,
exactly. And then when she that the day earlier this year when she told me all that, I'm like, whoa. And I'm
mm-hmm.
like, I knew it was serious when she just packed up everything and just left in the middle of the night. While and get this motherfucker got health problems. I'm like talking about dialysis, wheelchair. I'm like, you do all this the fuck shit to a woman that's taking care of your ass after she's worked hard for you. I'm like,
Baby, he
man,
must ain't never seen Diary of a Mad Black Woman, because don't play with me.
he
Baby, I
probably
would have
did.
your ass in that bathtub like Charles, blowing motherfucking bubbles. Do not play with
Uh-huh.
me. Like, I ain't got time.
I'm just like, damn, where is the appreciation? This woman is taking care of you while you are like wheelchair bound and like have
Mm-hmm.
all these health issues, and she going out here making a living. Like, but you can send your money to another motherfucker?
Mm.
Come on, come
Baby,
on.
I'm telling you. What?
Mm.
Which half do you want? Which half do you want? I'm cutting everything down the middle. What is happening?
What the chainsaw at?
Where's the
Yeah,
chainsaw? Do you hear me? Because I'm gonna act a fool. Don't.
yeah. You know
Mm-mm.
what? Listen, I wanted to act a fool, but then my mom told me, she said, I'm already in another state. I'm like, damn, you move fast. I'm
Yeah.
like, God.
Well, no, it wasn't for you to act a fool. See,
Yeah,
what I'm saying is that, like,
yeah.
all my screws ain't there all the time when it comes to certain situations. And when
Mhm.
it comes to like you're my man and you acting a fucking fool, well then let's act the fool then. Like, since we acting crazy, let's just all act crazy together.
Mhm.
Me, you, him. Let's do it. Let's see what happens. So it's just like
No, I feel you. I feel you, I'm like, before I can even react and go off on this man, because I'm like, you did all this, and also you're a really good actor and stuff. Because I remember when I
Ooh,
was in
yeah.
college, I'm like, I remember I would make that little 2-hour drive every couple weeks just to go check on my mom. You is a damn good actor. Somebody need to give your ass a fucking Oscar.
Give him an Oscar, put his ass on the Academy Awards. Tell us who you thinking, because who is this person? Who
Who
is this?
the hell is this person?
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I'm happy my mother took a travel job because truly everybody in the family, if she went home for Thanksgiving, they'd be asking this shit. And I'm like, that ain't for y'all and all.
That's the part. It's not for you. If
It's
she wanted you to know, she would have told you.
exactly that it ain't for y'all because And some of y'all, it's like the pot calling the kettle black because I'm
Let's talk
like,
about that part.
because I know some of y'all asses got divorced too. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Uh huh.
Let's talk about it. And then Auntie Yolanda or Auntie Yogi or Auntie whomever, like,
Hmm.
child, your man didn't even stay.
Yeah,
Your man left you.
yeah. And I know one aunt, like, you miserable, yo. A couple of men just couldn't take your mouth and couldn't take the fact that you love to snitch on everybody because the city be paying. I'm like,
Not this.
Auntie.
Not she a snitch. Lord have mercy.
No, she is. I got that that will. I went to her. I remember years I was in college. You know how they have the Crime Stoppers and shit, and she would be looking at the newspaper, looking out the damn mugshots to be like, "Oh, I got something on him." I'm like, Auntie, are you serious? I'm like, is you serious, Auntie?
Shout out to my nigga Auntie, cause like, what the fuck?
I'm like, what the fuck that nigga do to you?
Yo, that's wild as hell. I ain't never.
Yes, I
That
never
shit
seen.
funny.
I'm like, no wonder your ass can afford to take all these damn trips and shit.
She said, mind your business. That's all. Just mind your business.
Uh-huh. But I said, huh, where your fucking man at? Okay.
That part.
Mm-hmm.
That part. Because those also be the same ones that try to tell you what to do in your house. See,
Mm-hmm.
when people talk about be careful who you vent to and be careful what's going on. Sometimes you don't even have to vent to people. Sometimes people feel like they know you enough to try to talk about your situation or what they think your situation is and try to tell you what's going on. Whole time, baby, you ain't got to pop the piss in or a window to throw it out of. Don't talk to me
Mm-hmm.
about me and mine. Figure what's going on over there with you and yours.
Yes, talk about what's going on with you and yours because,
Mm-hmm.
matter of fact, where is yours? Because you in
Where
the
is yours?
same boat at me.
Let's look for yours. Where's
Mm-hmm.
yours?
And then don't let the cousins be trying to spill the tea on you. I'm like, yeah, but aren't you? Where's your baby daddy at? Why hasn't the baby daddy proposed a ring to you? How
Oh,
you
why
got
you
two
got 4 baby
kids?
daddies? Hey, you got 4
Uh-huh.
baby daddies and 2 kids. Let's talk about it. What's really happening?
What's
What's
really
going
happening? Why haven't these
on?
men giving you a ring or something? You know?
Why you busting it wide open? Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
but that's
Yeah.
cool. Neither here nor there.
Yeah,
Everybody
that's
got
what I
their
said too.
everybody got their own situation.
Yes, and that's what I said too. And then to some cousins, they looking at me like one cousin was trying to bust it wide open at my college graduation. I'm like, yeah, and y'all think I'm supposed to stop her? You know, I'm like, I'm celebrating the fact that I
Hey,
graduated,
let her
you
do
know.
her. Shout out to my nigga Gucci. Let her do her, cause like, what's happening?
A nigga just graduated from a black college, you know. I'm trying to celebrate.
I'm
Hey, do your
outside. Like I'm outside. I'm finna turn up. This is about me. Ain't nothing to do with
thing.
her.
Yes, this ain't got nothing to do with her, you know. I'm like, do your thing, baby girl, do your thing, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if that is what you do, but hey, it
That's
is what
funny as
it
hell.
is. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Liquor Talk. You've hit minute 42. If you haven't done so already, pull up that liquor and please subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, wherever you get your podcasts at. Go ahead, subscribe. And also go ahead and subscribe on YouTube as well. So, Cubana, what's going on though? How do y'all work through the hard times in relationships? Because a lot of people they don't know. You know, it's about our generation. They so quick to be like fucking and give up. Like, why is it like that? You know, like it used to be back in our parents' generation. Everybody's worked through shit, but our
Mm-hmm.
generation they so quick to just give up.
I don't think it's a give up. I think it's more of a. Hmm. I think it's more of a we are only the women. I can only speak for women because I'm a woman.
Mm-hmm.
But the women, I feel like we're only like 2 generations removed from being able to have our own bank accounts. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying? Like we're not far removed from like our great grandmothers not being able to have their own things, not being able to buy property, not being able to vote, not being able to have a bank account. So a lot of our grandparents, parents, they stayed in those relationships because they had no choice
Hmm.
for survival. So I think that a lot of the times right now is that um women were with men that they necessarily didn't like because they had to be there. Whereas now, women don't need men, they want men. And I think that that speaks volumes to women. I think a lot of the time, because women, you always hear that, like, I don't need a man, I don't need a man, I don't need a man. I think that women and men need each other, but I think it's for
Yes.
different reasons that people feel like they need each other. No, I don't need you financially. Yes, I'm able to take care of myself financially. Yes, I'm able to pay my own bills. Yes, I can take my own trash out. Like I can do those things. But the companionship, the partnership, the love, I do need you for those things. And so I think that's what the difference is. I think that people have to work a little harder in our generation to have people like them because there are other people out here. I don't like you. So I can go ahead and move on to the next one because you're not doing what I feel like I need you to do for me to have to deal with you in my sanity and my peace. So I think
Mhm.
that's really what it boils down to.
Yes, it really boils down to that. And also, people in our generation, we not up and afraid to leave if something ain't making it happy. We will haul ass like it's nothing. But
Mm-hmm.
it's like I don't blame us. But then at the same time, you got to realize sometimes the grass ain't greener on the other side.
Now that's facts because me and my
Hmm.
fiance, we had our rough times, we had our hard times, and then it would really boil down to like both of us kind of like, do I want to start up with somebody else? Do I want to go through this whole process again with somebody else? Is the
Hmm.
grass green on somebody? Am I gonna find someone who's truly in tune with me on the other side? Probably not. So let's go ahead and sit down and talk like two freaking logical people who can talk to each other and discuss what the real problem is and how we can solve that problem. Let's do that. Let's do that instead. Cause like walking away just seemed like that's a bit dramatic. Like that's how we used to be.
Hmm. And we need more people to have that mindset. So my people in relationships ain't nothing out here in the dating pool. You
It
know what I'm
really
saying?
ain't shit out
It
there.
ain't nothing out here. It's
It's
like
pee in the pool, baby. It's pee in the pool. Just go
yeah.
ahead and keep it moving.
Just go ahead, fight that person, fight the battles, and work this shit out. Because
Facts.
9 times out of 10, what's gonna happen is you might get with somebody else, and guess what? And guess what? That ex might be blowing up your line because I've seen that shit happen, and I've seen a lot of weak-minded individuals go right back to that ex. But I'm like, you were just complaining about this ex. You get somebody new. Now this ex wants you back. Now you run back to the ex, man.
They're your ex for a reason. And I think that a lot of the times we forget the reason.
Mm-hmm.
Comfortability makes us, stay in situations. It's comfortable. I know it already. I don't have to relearn it. It's fine. But they're your ex for a reason. Remember whatever that reason is. See, I didn't went back to exes and been like, not even a weekend. Like, oh hell no. This is actually why I left your ass. This is why I left because you
Damn.
goddamn fuck this shit. I'm leaving. Like that's just what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And it just like for me it's the light bulb come on. Like, oh nah, baby, you left this for a reason. Go ahead and keep it
See,
moving.
I'm glad the light bulb came on for you because some
Mm-hmm.
people they will stay with that ex knowing damn well they miserable, but they
That's
just
facts. But like I said, I also didn't have a situation in my home where I felt like my mom was in a great loving situation. So for me, it was more so like I don't like this. I don't like how this looking. I don't like how this going. I want to be loved differently. So I'm gonna go ahead and move around because I don't want to be in a situation similar to my mom where I feel like I'm starting all the way over again after year 7, year 8, year 9 because I stayed and dealt with something I didn't have to deal with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I feel that too. Because I've seen what my mom go through, and also I've seen what some men, seen what uncles go through as well. And I'm like, you know what? I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to deal with this. It's like, and also I want a situation where somebody might feel like they're selling. Everybody will say, "Oh, they're selling," but they doing something right to stick around for 20 or 30 something years. I mean, they doing something right, you know.
And I think we've talked about this. I think everybody settles. Is there someone better? Maybe, probably, could be, potentially. But it's like, what are they better at? Right? Because like they could be better at this one thing and suck at all these other things. So it's like, are
Mm-hmm.
you gonna leave your 80 for 20? Or are you gonna stay with your
Ooh.
80?
Mm-hmm.
So
The wise people would stay with the 80, but
okay, because I'm
nowadays,
still my 80. I don't know what the hell going on. Ah,
yeah.
damn, that sucks. Damn, he forgot to close the cabinets when he was cooking. Is that enough for me to leave him? Like, no. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going ahead and
Nah,
just figure
it's
this out.
like I remember. I think I saw one celebrity divorce their husband because their husband forgot to pack the cookies. But I'm like, is it
Pack
that
their
serious?
cookies.
Yes, they. I guess the husband grabbed his favorite kind of cookie, but didn't grab hers. I'm like, pack of cookies? Is it that serious?
She might have been PMSing, but still, any way it go, that's her breaking point. That's her breaker point. The straw that might break my camel back might not be the straw that break your camel back.
Mm-hmm.
And just because it's like, it might seem like, oh, that's crazy as hell. Like he didn't get her cookies. That's crazy. But like, how many times did she tell him that was very important to her?
Yeah, and what else? And what has there been some other shit leading up to it?
That
Because
part.
sometimes it's like there might be some shit it adds up, and you keep adding up, and then after a while, just like a volcano, it'll explode.
It explodes. So you'll be sitting there like, I've asked you multiple times not to do that. I've asked you multiple times not to say that. I'm telling you how you make me feel when this happens, and you just gonna ignore the fuck out of me, huh? So I'm just ain't shit, huh? Because that's how it comes off. Like, okay, fuck you. Oh, okay,
Mm-hmm.
cool, bet. Here go the divorce papers. And what I'm gonna put down because you wouldn't get my fucking favorite cookies after I told you multiple times how it make me feel when you only look out for you. Because that's really what it boils down to. Like
Mm-hmm.
to us, that seems silly. Like, oh, he didn't get your favorite cookie, but to me, in my head, in a way, I'm gonna rationalize it like you don't care enough about me. You're
Yeah.
selfish.
Mm-hmm. And then what I hate about the onsters and stuff, they'll be like, "Oh, there had to be more. He was a good person." It's like, so what? I'm like, good people make mistakes too. Just because you good and not in the streets, don't mean you have your toxic. We all have our toxic ways and stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
we're all human. It's like, but how do we deal with adversity? And sometimes it's like it ain't. You get to a point where it's just not worth dealing with.
That's facts. Players
I'd
fuck up
rather
too.
somebody just say that than just to go out here and cheat. But.
That part. Players fuck up. Players fuck up too. That's just how it is what it boils down to.
Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what it boils down to. So I was on a guest podcast recently. Shout out to Isis from the Exes Anonymous podcast. So I got to talk about the ex situation. And when you look back at past relationships, you find out you learn a lot. So you being engaged, like what have you learned from your past relationships that made you better to the point where now you're about to get married?
How to shut the fuck up.
Oh.
I ain't gonna even hold you. I learned how to shut the fuck up. I also learned how to fight fair.
Mm-hmm.
I got a very slick mouth and I will try to hit below the belt. I will try to hurt your feelings. I want to make you cry. I want I want blood. And I had to learn that first of all, ain't no man finna just let you talk to them any kind of fucking way. So you need to learn how to fight fair. You need to learn how to communicate in a way that your point is getting across without your emotions getting involved. And I think that is something that I had to learn because I was definitely one of those girls that was like, oh, fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck you, I'm out.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about it. I blocked you, I'm gone. And I was like that for a long time. I actually like that until I met my fiance. My fiance was like, that's not what's gonna happen. Like you're not gonna just leave because you mad, or like we're not just breaking up because you got an attitude. Like that's not how this works. And so because of those relationships, I just learned how to. And when I say shut the fuck up, not like oh he talking, shut the fuck up, or he said what he said, shut the fuck up. I mean like really shut the fuck up. Listen to what he's saying and truly try to understand what he's saying because women and men or people in general communicate differently, and am I
Mm-hmm.
understanding what you're really trying to communicate? So I had to learn how to be quiet and learn how to be an active listener with my man. Like that's my man. I should be able to understand exactly what he's saying, what he mean, what he meant, and ask for clarity in those times where I don't know what he means, what he said, or how he feels. And so I had to really learn that from those past relationships because it was like people be like, "Why you ain't wiped up? Why you ain't wiped up? Why you ain't wiped up?" I'm like, shit, I don't know. You cook, you clean, you do this shit. That's just my everyday. Like, well, I don't know. The whole time you don't know how to shut the fuck up. You're not listening to what he's telling you. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and not that he's telling me what to do. He's telling me how he feels. He's really giving me what women claim they want, and I'm not listening. And so I had to learn that.
Mm-hmm. That's real, and that's real. It's like, and also one thing I learned from my past relationships is like, look, I might be single right now, but disclaimer to everybody out there: just because someone is single doesn't mean they haven't been through relationship shit.
Talk about
Don't
it.
try to discredit single people out there. Because a lot of people they love to discredit single people because we give advice. I'm like, hey, we've been through shit,
We've been
but
through shit.
yeah, the one thing I learned is I gotta really not be so passive. I can't just take a moment for granted. You're like, you know what? Because this motherfucker they might get quiet on you. They might be plotting on you. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
you gotta, if somebody does rubs you the wrong way and you disagree with something, you gotta learn to speak up and stuff. You gotta learn to speak your mind and let the person know, and never let
Mm-hmm.
somebody leave angry. And just know if they're asking for space, then maybe it's time to break up. So it's like you just had to learn to speak up, because people respect it when you tell them how you really feel. So
That's facts. And I know for me, I am a person that gets really quiet when I'm thinking, if I'm trying to make sure I say the right verbiage or words. If we're arguing and I feel like I can no longer communicate without being emotional about this situation, and not emotional with like tears and like, oh my God, I mean emotional, like I want to hurt you. I want to say things that's going to hurt your feelings. And I understand that you can't take words back. Once you say them, they're out there. So yeah, you can apologize, but I already said it. Like, yeah, I said, fuck your mama, and I hope she stomp her big toe and fall downstairs. Like I already said that shit. I can't take that shit back. Like I had to learn to like, okay, babe, let's table this because I don't feel like I can communicate any further without this escalating way worse than it needs to escalate. So can we talk about this later? And later might be later on tonight, and later might be tomorrow while we getting ready for work.
mhm.
If you feel like you can, I'm ready to talk about this now. Like it's having mature and adult conversations and being mature within your
Mhm.
emotions to know exactly what's needed to be able to like move forward. And you won't know that unless you go through exes, right? Like you don't know what you can do. And people who be like, it wasn't me, it was always my exes. If it was always your exes, baby, it's you.
Yes, it's you. You know what? At some point, and that's a red flag, because like some point you gotta take accountability for yourself. And
Mm-hmm.
the biggest thing you could do that makes somebody really respect you is own up to where you fucked up at. And it's like that's the biggest thing somebody can do. Like they own up to where they messed up at and where they went wrong at. Man, you will get a whole lot of respect if you ain't always putting it on your exes. Like if you be like my ex this, my ex that, I'm gonna look at you sideways like, well, what did you contribute? Because you must have pushed your ex to that point. You know what I'm saying? Because I was listening to somebody vent about their ex baby daddy and how they did this, how they did that. And then I looked at that person's mannerisms. And I'm like, okay, you had to have do something to push this person to this point,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Just like when men say men do that, women do that, men in particular will be like, I don't know why. She just, my ex is fucking crazy. It was fucking crazy. And then I've like met exes of guys that I've dated. And I'll be like,
You're not crazy.
was she crazy or did you drive her crazy? Because like, what just
Mm,
happened? You know what I'm saying? Like, she ain't just go fucking insane on you after 6 years. Like, bro, what happened? You know what I'm saying? Like, and the same thing for women. Like, girl, you know damn well you was acting a fool. So like, what's going on? So it's like like you said, take the accountability of what was really truly going on.
mm-hmm. And you got to take the accountability. Now, some things I'm like, okay, I don't believe you can push somebody to cheat. Maybe you can, but I don't know, but it's like
I think you can
I
push
don't.
people to cheat, but I
Huh?
think that cheating is something that it can definitely be avoided. And people be like, oh, you can't push it. Cheating is a choice. Cheating is a choice. Cheating is a choice. But if I'm communicating with you, babe, I feel like you're not home enough. Or, babe, I noticed that you're always doing this. Or, babe, you used to take me out, but you don't take me out no more. And it's on both sides, like not just
Mhm.
women, but men and women. And that person, that spouse, that significant other is ignoring you. Yeah, it's easy. You might be like, well, you could have just left. But if I'm married, it's not easy just to fucking leave.
Yeah, because if you divorce, you gotta hire lawyers, fill out paperwork, all that shit, and divorce be costing too. I'm like,
Baby,
God
it's cheaper to
damn.
keep her.
Yeah.
So let's just figure out what to do.
Do we just need to make this a poly situation? Like, I have mine and you have yours, and do we just need to open this relationship up? Like,
Like,
cause
what's really
divorce is
good?
high as fuck.
That's funny as fuck. Not but true though. Like, what do we need to look at other situations? Because, like, what's the problem?
Yeah, what's the problem? Or can you afford this divorce? You know what I'm saying? Shit, you know?
Can you afford this divorce? Ooh, talk about it. Can you afford this divorce?
hmm Yeah, that's a question. That might be the question.
That's the one right there.
Yeah, and that might drop the divorce rate down. It might.
Small detail.
Yeah, small details. Hey, divorce lawyers, don't come for me if you listen to this. You know what I'm saying?
That's so
Oh
funny.
goodness. Yeah. So what are you looking forward to going forward with 20? Because I know we about to be in 2023 soon. What are you looking forward to
Yeah. I'm
besides
actually
marriage with your
Yeah,
podcast
I was
and
gonna say I'm
stuff?
actually looking forward to marrying my fiance. I'm so excited about that. But as far as my podcast is concerned, I am excited about the fact that like the world is officially open. So I can like venture out into Chicago and kind of do what I really wanted to do, which is interview more business owners, partner with more business owners, and just kind of give back to the communities in which I grew up in. And so like I'm really looking forward to being able to do that. I got some things up my sleeve that I'm working on, and I hopefully can announce them soon. So I'm just kind of like waiting on that. Like, come on, y'all, tell me, give me the green light so I can go ahead and go crazy. And just kind of just looking forward to just kind of having a life that is just extremely back to normal or whatever the new normal looks like. That's what I'm excited about for 2023 for sure.
Yes, for sure, for sure. Now, episode 15 of the Whew Chile Chronicles was an awful long time ago. So whenever you're ready to bring me back on, I'm ready. I'm down here ready.
Bring that ass. Actually, I'm planning on doing another episode this Monday, which will be a live episode. So make sure you tune in. But we are definitely gonna get you back because I like to drink and you like to drink, and so we gonna have us a good time.
Yes, yeah, we definitely got to make that happen. And also, I thought hint out to y'all for season 6. I might be traveling, so hey, I might have to come up to Chi-Town when it's not cold as hell.
Bring that ass here, boy. What you mean? Like,
Or if you feel like you can come on down to Florida where it's warm all the time, except for now.
that's true. I be in Florida. My one of my favorite cousins I was talking about. She lives in Florida. Her mom is still my aunt is still there. So we definitely planning a trip to come on down to Jacksonville.
Okay, come on
So
down to
yeah.
Duval. Okay, or Duval, as they say. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny is family just left Duval, so hey, but it ain't nothing to come back up to Jacksonville.
Ain't nothing. There ain't nothing.
Mhm. Ain't nothing. Even though Jacksonville needs some more shit to do, but compared to Orlando, Tampa, and Miami,
Right. I
yeah,
was gonna say that's what it really is. This is the other bigger cities, big cities in Florida just got all of the shit. And it's like,
yeah, like. And I don't know how y'all deal up there in Illinois because Chicago's the only big city, only
this is facts.
the only city where there's shit to do.
Well, no, because our suburbs actually got shit to do. So our suburbs have the same things that the city has, except for brunch. If you
Mm.
want an unlimited mimosa brunch, you have to come into the city. They're not doing unlimited bottomless brunches in the suburbs. But other than that, clubs, parties, all of that kind of stuff, like our suburbs kind of be cracking too. So it's like, you can go where you want to go.
Yeah. Hey, suburbs, I need y'all to go ahead and get on them unlimited mimosas. You
That's
know
what
what
they really
I'm saying?
need to do, for
Yeah.
real.
Because I know in all 4 cities in Florida we just named, you can get unlimited mimosas, even on the damn outskirts.
Shit, not in the suburbs. Them suburbs be like, but they do be cheap. So I ain't gonna hold you on that. Like the mimosas be cheap, but it's like, just give me the bottomless though. Like, why am I keep paying $3? Just give me a bottomless. Like, what's happening?
Yes, please, please. Well, listen, I know it's been a long time since we recorded, but I want to thank you for coming back on. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because it's wonderful when you have returning guests. It's one thing we have a new guest for the first time, but when you have one that comes back to you, I definitely appreciate it. So I thank you, Cubana, for coming back on. I know it's been a long time. It won't be a long time before you be back on again.
Absolutely not. Thank you so much for having me back on. I always love coming on Liquor Talk.
Yes, yes. I want to thank you all, the listeners, for subscribing to Liquor Talk as well. I want to tell you once again, happy Thanksgiving. Go enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all enjoyed it. And be nice to the family members, but don't let them bully you around. Until next time, I want to thank you. Thank you for subscribing. Whether you're tapped in with us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts at. Remember to tell a friend, they'll pull up a drink and tap in with Liquor Talk. Until next time, we out this motherfucker. Deuces.